Oh, by the way, hello viewers. Another beautiful day. Hope your five senses work. Health and strength is good or excellent. Okay, you Linux nerds. I got Torvald is at it again. Listen to this. Got two articles. It says here one from Phoronix and then one from game. One from Phoronix and then one from Tom's Hardware. But it's talking about Torvald, Linus Torvald. Listen to this. It says here Torvald frustrated over disgusting testing Turd's DRM code landing in Linux 6.15. Says here the big set of open source graphics drivers update for Linux 6.15 have been merged, but Linux creator Linus Torvalds isn't particularly happy with the pull request. In particular, he's unhappy with some new HRD test code during code being built as a part of full kernel studio and full kernel builds, and the turds it leaves behind and this code needs to die, at least from the perspective of non-DRM driver developers. In a classic style Linus Torvald mailing list post for Friday night, he commented, "Grr, I did the pull, resolve the trivial conflicts, but I noticed that this end up containing the disgusting HRD test crap that slows down the build because it's done for a regular all mod config builder rather than be a simple thing that you guys can run as needed. B also leaves random HRD test turds around in the include directories. People already complained separately about this. It should never have made it to me in this broken form. Why the heck is this testing being done as a regular part of the build? And we don't add random turd files for dependency that makes the source tree nasty. The thing that made me notice that it was still there was that git status complaint about the turd not being ignored. But more importantly, those turds also break file name completion. So no, adding it to git nord doesn't actually fix the problem. It would just have made me not notice as quickly. The thing needs to die. If you want to do that hard testing thing, do it as part of your own check. Don't make everybody else see that disgusting thing and have those turds in their trees. I will just disable it by making it broken for now. You guys can figure out what you want to do, but no, forcing others to see those things is not the answer. I would suggest you not make this part of the kconfig setup and normal builds at all, but be something where you can run it as a part of your test, i.e. do it as a make DRM hard test kind of thing, not as a part of a regular build. And then it says, when seeing this mailing list post, my immediate assumption was it being some new HDR testing code that slipped under my radar from DRM Next coverage, given all the ongoing high dynamic range / color management work happening recently for Linux desktop. But when digging into the merge, it's actually even more mundane. The HDR in this sense is around the C header files. The new HRD test code is for the Intel XE kernel driver and is around trying to help ensure the DRM header files are self-contained and pass kernel doc test. Basic maintenance check on the included DRM header files to ensure they are all in good shape. And then it says so all of the DRM Next code has made it to the Linux 6.15 Git as of tonight, but Linus Torvald is expecting all this HRD test mess to be cleaned up. And then you have 20 comments. Now, on Tom's Hardware, it goes like this. It says here, Linus Torvald rage against random turd files in Linux 6.15 RC1 directories. This thing needs to die, he says. Advising testing codes to be removed from normal builds. And then it says Linus Torvald is back at his explosive scatological best in some recent comments about Linux 6.15 RC1 pull request. The target of Linux creator and the lead developer IRE was disgusting hard test crap, which he accused of slowing down software builds and leaving random HRD test turds around. Torvalds full post concerning the hard test issue registers a 6 on the Turd-o-meter. Says while Torvalds was disgusted by the code that was impacting the latest Linux kernel, beginning his post with a grr, he remains precise in his objection to it. I did the pull resolve the trivial conflicts, but I noted that this end up containing the disgusting HRD test crap that slows down the build because it's done for a regular all mod config build rather than be some simple thing that you guys can run as needed. Also leaves random HRD test turds around in the include directories. He wrote, "This thing needs to die." Torvalds went on to state that he had previously complained about this issue and inquired that the HRD testing is being done as a regular part of the build. Moreover, he highlighted that the resulting turds were breaking file completion. Torvalds underlined this point and his disgust by stating the thing needs to die. And then he says, in a shot of advice to fellow Linux developer, Torvalds said, if you want to do that HRD testing, do it as a part of your own checks. Don't make everybody else see that disgusting thing and have those turds in their trees. He then noted that he had decided to mark HRD tests as broken for now to prevent its inclusion in regular builds. Then he says, so what is HRD test and why has it brought Torvalds' frustration level to a boiling point? According to Phoronix, the Linux developer team had recently merged a large collection of open source graphics card drivers update. Alongside this is HRD test code for the Intel Xe kernel driver, which include code test DRMs, direct rendering manager header files. To avoid any confusion, DRM in this instance isn't digital rights management. It refers to the direct rendering manager. On a similar note, HRD test isn't anything to do with high dynamic range HDR graphics, but is used by devs for verifying the integrity of self-containment of DRM header files. And that's the end of the article. So Linus is at it again, man. This article has 8 comments, but on Phoronix there's like 20. So Linus Torvalds is just doing one of his is doing what Linus Torvalds do. You know, keep his developers on their toes. You know, so he's at it again, man. So yeah, but hey, he's just trying to make the developers better at what they do. You know, so yeah, keep them, keep them going, keep them on a straight line and keep moving. So we'll see what the developers do. In the comments, someone said he seems a lot funnier before this became a thing. And then someone else says Torvalds job gates all broken human. And then someone said, I find Linus crankiness entertaining. My guess is that all the devs on the kernel team have experienced far worse for much less competent engineer managers. Reverse engineering modern hardware is getting more and more difficult. Increased complexity, spotty documentation, sometimes completely closed design. It's a miracle this stuff works at all. Yeah, it was going in the comment section over on Phoronix. Let me see what they're yapping about here. See if I can get a couple. They got 29 comments, and they're just going at it. Let's see. Let me see if I get a couple. Let's see, who is this? Nico said this. Seems like the link that should go to Linus' comment actually just linked back to the article itself. And then Rikin said he farmed you twice. And then who is this? Andy said this. He said this thing needs to be rewritten in Rust preferably by someone who is extremely unstable and who will rage quit the LKML before the rewrite is halfway done. And this then Quaz said this, make Linus great again. Yeah, it's Linus doing his tour, his little rants, and then we'll get one more comment. And get one more comment in here. And who is this? Colonel said this, you mess it up, it's a C language, boomer. You make the drama and quit maintaining things because other dares use their subsystem for Rust drivers. And then one more. And then Lucas said this, I don't know if Nico Droid is new here, but I'm sure I'm not. I have the same problem. Can you please, dear, explain? Anyway, Linus doing what Linus does, man. That's Linus for you, man. So it's entertaining when he does it, you know. So, but he keeps his developers on their toes, you know. So we'll see what his next tantrum or complaint is about next time. But you know, it's the Linux developers, fun and entertaining. Anyway, I'm gonna leave this video for y'all to enjoy though. Nice talking to you people again. Crystal Star Wars Dark Thing Board Dark Section. I'm gone. Peace.